Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Class Day, and thank you so much for coming out in this ad weather here. Add witty comment about weather. Shoot. It seems that between my academic commitments, extracurricular responsibilities, part-time job, and an unexpected illness, I haven't been able to give this assignment the in-depth thought it deserves. Might it be possible for me to get an extension? No. Apparently not. Okay, well, sorry, I'll use what I have. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. To the administrators and faculty, whom I assume are already intoxicated enough to not be paying attention, thank you for creating a system that sets your students up for a lifetime of being 7 minutes late to everything. To the families, parents, siblings, grandparents, assorted other relatives, thank you for traveling so far to be here. If you did not travel far, like my own family, who drove less than an hour to get here, you are deserving of no thanks whatsoever. And finally, to my fellow students in the class of 2016, thank you for embarking on and now nearly completing this crazy, crazy journey with me. To those who knew me, even as a vague acquaintance or as girl in section, I'm sorry. To those who didn't, you've nearly made it. Escape unscathed while you still can. Harvard is a funny place. Not literally, at least if you're judging by the quality of the lampoon. But in a figurative sense. On the one hand, we leave it with a plethora of shared experiences, memories, and deeply rooted neuroses that will last a lifetime. Calling this place home for 4 years leaves unmistakable marks, like an aversion to walking anywhere with quad in its name, even though you'd walk much further to get somewhere else. Here's looking at you, Northwest Labs. But on the other hand, the Harvard experience is something of a misnomer. Sure, we all went here, cried here, laughed here, manically cry-laughed as the last remaining scraps of our sanity rolled away from us in the wee hours of the morning before a final paper or P-set was due. All here. But trying to figure out what to say to more than 1,600 individuals, many of whom I've never been able to meet, was like trying to find a reasonable Crimson staff editorial. Probably not impossible, but not really worth the effort. There are some keywords that unite us all. Mumps. Swy. Incommunicado. And key questions, like how am I supposed to reenact scenes from Good Will Hunting now that both the Bow Street Dunkin' Donuts and Au Bon Pain are gone? And now that we're about to graduate, how exactly does one adult? But even these common threads of experience present their own problems. Most of us manage to steer clear of the mumps, one of the many fringe benefits of not being in the Phoenix. Some of us, perhaps, harbor a deep but secret love of Swy that we'll take to the grave. Some of us, poor souls, have never even seen Good Will Hunting. At least no one knows how to be a real adult yet. If they claim to, they're lying. But seriously, if someone can explain to me how exactly I get 401k dollars into my 401k, please hit me up. Lucky for us, there's no correct way to adults, just as there was no correct way to Harvard. What does it even mean to Harvard? Is it having more snow days during your time here than there were during the entire 20th century? Is it walking into the Queen's Head pub with your best friend, Ben Affleck, and hearing him declare, "So this is a Harvard bar"? Is it getting pink eye from Mather Lather? Or could it be something else entirely? Take me, for example. Not that this speech is or should be all about me, but this is a story with which I happen to be familiar since I was there for some of it. You think I'm talking about blacking out, but don't be ridiculous. I didn't party. My trips to the hospital were for kidney stones. I say trips, plural, because there were 2, and the second time I had to convince UHS that I was not, in fact, pregnant. That I am standing here before you is nothing short of a miracle. If there were an award for messing up as much as it is possible to do at Harvard, I would have probably messed up getting that, too. I skipped classes. Didn't study for classes, and then, to my great astonishment, failed classes. And I don't mean I got a C, I mean I failed classes. We are talking academic probation for multiple semesters level stuff. Truly, impressively awful. I switched my concentration so much that the registrar's coping mechanism became to flat out ignore me. And I could never seem to remember that Noakes has a $7 credit card minimum, but I was always given pizza anyway, so maybe we can call that a win? The point is, I made mistakes. A lot of mistakes. If the Harvard experience were a midterm, I would probably have gotten like a 25%. So I passed with flying colors, and here I am today. But the larger point here is that we've made it. Science or humanities, river or quad, board plus spender or board plus hoarder. Yeah, that's right, we see you, people who have $100 left in May. We're all here now, and we're all about to embark on yet another adventure together. I'm getting all choked up just thinking about it. My jaw's swelling with emotion, or maybe that's just the mumps. And even though there won't be a screening of Love Story to ease our transition into the real world, if I manage to dig my way out of the catastrophe that was much of my time in college, none of you have anything to worry about, except maybe scheduling dentist appointments, because how do those even work? Do you call them on their cell phones late night when you have tooth pain? Can you order them on Amazon Prime? Do you tell them, we should grab a meal sometime so you never have to go? I guess these are just things we'll have to find out in the real world. Thank you all for the last 4 years, and good luck, not that you'll need it, with adulting. And thank you in advance for the couches I hope you will offer me when I'm inevitably fired for pushing back on comments in meetings, and for being woefully underprepared for major events. Add poignant but hilarious conclusion here. Damn it.